Okay, another investment proposition. Invest 2 lakhs today, at the end of year 1 take back 3 lakhs. Invest 2 lakhs today, at the end of year 1 take back 3 lakhs. How many people will invest? Yes? How much is the return? 50%. Right? So how many people will invest? Yes? How many people will invest? Okay. Who will not invest? Is there anybody here who will not invest?
I don't know what the risk involved.
What do you ask me the questions?
It's too good to be true.
So what do you want to know? And let me.
What are the risks? What is the liquidity?
There is no liquidity. It's locked in for a year.
Assurance, who is guaranteeing the money will come?
I am borrowing. I am borrowing. You lend to Harsh Rumta. Harsh Rumta will give you back a post-dated check. At the end of year 1, you will get back 3 lakhs.
What is the security?
Sorry?
Money is given. What is the security?
Post-dated check, and I will give you a guarantee, a written guarantee. If that post-dated check is not honored, I will go to jail.
My money will not come.
Yeah, but I will go to jail. So I don't want to take. I don't come to a workshop to get money from you and then go to jail.
I'll invest.
You will invest, right? Is there anybody who will not invest? You said you will not invest.
It's too good to be true. So I don't take a risk.
You won't take a risk. Okay? Anybody else? You will invest, sir?
Yes, I have invested.
You have got your checkbook, sir?
Yes.
The checks need to be made out in the name of Harshvardhan Rumta. Okay? How many people are taking out their checks? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Very, very trusting audience here. Okay? I mean, I would not lend money to myself at 50%. I won't even give money to God himself at 50%. Nobody can give you 50% without risk. So, any investment has just 3 features: risk, return, liquidity. And they are all inversely related. You want high returns, it will invariably come with high risks. There is no economic instrument that exists that can give you high returns without high risk. And it is in our quest to try and get high returns with low risks that we get fooled. Okay, you will get several variations of 2 lakhs ka 3 lakhs all the time. Anybody who promises you high returns with low risk is either lying about the returns, or he is lying about the risk, or frequently is lying about both. Because no such instrument exists. You can't get high returns with low risk. Doesn't exist. So if you need low risk, what will happen? You will get low returns, which means essentially things like bank fixed deposits. Right? How many people invest in bank FDs? Okay, a lot of senior citizens here as well. So does bank FDs give you good returns?
They're all right.
Sorry?
All right.
They are all right.
Not risk.
Without risk, absolutely. But they are low.
Yeah.
Right?
Safe.
Sorry?
Safe.
They are safe. But automatically anything that is safe comes with low returns. So now let's take that example. Remember that example, 5 lakhs became 21 lakhs. You were investing for your child. Now assume you had that 5 lakhs. Your child's education, you had that 5 lakhs. What will you do with it? कहाँ रखेंगे उसको? उस 5 लाख को कहाँ रखें? सेफ्टी के लिए बैंक में रखेंगे. That is the best. हाँ. बट उससे काम हो जाएगा? Okay. 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 Sir?
safe way to do it is to put it in the Vikas now.
Indira Vikas Patra. So that's a government equivalent of a fixed deposit. Okay. What kind of a mutual fund? Equity linked mutual fund. So you will put it in a risky asset class. But I already have the money. Why take risk with it? I already have 5 lakh चाहिएगा आज मेरे पास है. Why should I take risk? Sorry? So one is I need to beat inflation. Second, okay. So we're just going to see what happens. Even if you have the money, what happens? This is a quick fill clip. Now your FT is growing at 9% less income tax and your cost of education is growing at 10%. 45,000, right? At 9% we get 45,000. But then along comes this mouse called tax. And if you're paying 30%, that takes away 14,000 rupees, which leaves you with 31,000 rupees. 5 lakhs, 50,000. So this is going up by 10%. One, you're not growing as per inflation. Inflation was 10, you're growing at 9, and even from 9, your tax is getting deducted. So much so that at the end of 15 years, we needed 21 lakhs. But we are left with only 12.5 lakhs. That's roughly 62% of what we needed. Even though we started with enough money, we had the money. So now, is safe really safe? Can you just afford to play safe? Even if you have the money that you need. Right? So what does that mean? Will not lead to reduction in purchasing power. Mainly because one, it does not give you enough as per inflation, and minus tax, that's really there is a real issue, right? So is there a better alternative to bank fixed deposits? Any better alternative? I mean, I was talking to a lot of people. Any better alternative?
FMP's debt funds.
FMP's debt funds, okay. So why are FMPs a better alternative to fixed deposits, bank fixed deposits?
Tax free.
Because they are tax free. The lungi wala mouse is not there.
Plus, there's a lock-in. Fixed deposit you can still redeem, but
Right.
FMP is like you can't.
So as I said, any investment, three things: risk, return, liquidity. Right? So in terms of risk, FMP is equally safe. Okay, slightly less but equally safe. Return is much better because of no tax. But liquidity is much poorer, although it's listed on the stock exchange. Okay, but you may or may not be able to liquidate it. If you don't need the liquidity, the return, increase in return is humongous. Okay, it's really a very high return because there is effectively no tax. And why is there no tax on an FMP? Because of indexation. So is there any other instrument which has equally safe, is also liquid, because FMPs do not have liquidity. Otherwise it gives a very good return. But liquidity is a concern. Debt funds, gold. Okay, gold. What about gold? So risk, return, liquidity. Risk, is gold riskier than bank fixed deposit? No. How many people say yes, that gold is riskier than bank fixed deposit? Yeah, of course it is riskier. I mean, just see the way it is going up and down. Okay, if you want safe, gold is not safe.
At least last 2
Okay,
years.
sorry.
I think at least last 2 years.
Whatever, at any, so you need to have a thing that has been proven, and over time it hasn't been proven that it is safe in that context, right? So one other alternative that very few people consider are things called short-term and ultra-short-term funds. If you just look at some returns, so we did, and I think the current year has been one of the worst years for debt funds. In last July and August, because of the monetary actions that were taken in response to international developments, some of the worst performances came in the debt funds. Current year has been very challenging. In this year, suppose last year you had made a bank fixed deposit. At best it would have given you about 9%. We are talking regular citizens. We are not really talking senior citizens. This is from SBI. So last year if you had made a 1-year FD, your best return on a bank FD was 9%. And if you were paying the highest tax, your return was just 6.22%. Right? If you look at the minimum, this is the maximum. Actually, 9% was available for a very short time last year. Otherwise, the average would be more close to 8.5 or 8.75. If you look at some ultra short-term schemes, this one is SBI, this one is ICICI Prudential Flexible Income, this one is Templeton Ultra Short-Term. Okay, you can look at the returns. So if you look at no tax liability, these returns, except at Templeton, these returns were poorer. But I think the big thing is if you are paying taxes, anything more than 10% tax, if you are paying 20% or you are paying 30%, the returns from debt funds, just like the returns from FMPs will be higher, the ultra short-term funds will be even higher. But what is the advantage that an ultra short-term fund probably has over an FMP? Liquidity. And because of that you sacrifice some returns. So your FMP will give you slightly better return than an ultra short-term fund. Anytime. So always it's a play-off between risk, return and liquidity. And because you are willing to give up something on liquidity, invariably in an FMP you will get slightly better return. It is equally safe. But because you are willing to give up liquidity, it will give you a slightly better return. Similar is 3 years performance. I mean, you can, as long as you pay high tax, bank FDs don't make sense. As long as you are paying high tax. If you have low tax, it will still make a lot of sense. So a quick comparison in terms of safety. This is very comparable. One big thing with bank FD is you know what you are going to get. Obviously, you know the interest rate in advance. With mutual funds, you don't know it in advance. Although with FMPs, you will get a pretty good idea. But the fund manager is not allowed to tell you how much you will get. That's not regulatorily allowed. Post-tax returns are much better in debt funds, obviously, at very high tax rates. And liquidity is the big thing. I mean, in debt funds, ultra short-term and short-term funds, you have partial liquidity as well. You want just 5,000 rupees out of a 5 lakh deposit, you can withdraw. Now that is not probably possible in most bank FDs.